we always hear, especially in our culture and our society nowadays, it's about independence and individuality. And the more I get older, the more I see the values of interdependence. The real kind of deep fulfillment and joy comes from community and, sitting at, for me, like a dinner table with friends and family. And I think to me that's the difference between kind of like candy and like nourishment. I feel like I got to a point in my life where I was like, you know what? I want to create my own joy. And so it was the first day that I was working with Scott Harris and Mike Sabbath in my house in LA. And we were listening to kind of old, both Brazilian and Cuban songs from the 50s and 60s. And I think we were inspired to make something like that day. And so Scott wrote the riff, and Mike kind of did this like, kind of bare bones version of the track that you hear now. And my dog actually ran in the room, and it prompted Mike to be like, oh, he's on the track, this is fire. And he kind of like looped that. And so when we were writing the song, I was instantly like, oh yeah, don't go yet, don't go yet, which is a super kind of Cuban melodic rhythm. I think it was just something that my ear was like, oh, this sounds familiar, like, stuff that I've heard in my childhood. And instantly I kind of like had the idea for the storyline. I replay this moment for months, alone in my head, waiting for it to come. It was so easy for me to write this song because it's such a vivid memory that I have from before my current boyfriend was my boyfriend. And I remember us being like 16, 17, and like a handful of times, like feeling like we were gonna go to this after party or this party, and I was like, this is the night that, we're finally gonna kiss, that it's finally gonna turn into, more than a friendship. In my mind, I just had these hopes of how the night was gonna play out. It would end with us kind of taking tequila shots and kissing and falling in love with each other. I wrote all your lines and the script in my mind, and I'd hope that you'd follow it for once. It would always end with him being like, I got a performance tomorrow, I gotta go to sleep. And I would just get so angry and like so sad and just like feeling that like, don't go yet, please. Like, you're not following the scripts that I wrote in my mind. So that was kind of the first verse, is just like that scene. I knew it all too well back then. I imagine myself inside in the room with platinum and gold. I dance and catch your eye, you'd be mesmerized though. I imagine myself inside in the room with platinum and gold. I didn't think about the fact that we're both singers that primarily sing pop music, so platinum and gold, whatever. That's pretty cool, but I definitely didn't mean it that way. I don't really brag a lot in music. Be a little weird. I would actually never say something like that. Dance and catch your eye, you'd be mesmerized. For sure, that was such a thing that I imagined. Like, I'm gonna, be at this party, Work by Rihanna's gonna play. I'm gonna be like whining on the wall, and he's gonna be like, damn, and then he's gonna dance with me, and we're gonna, I'm gonna like smell the tequila and his lips, and we're gonna make out and whatever. Just, you see, like, just very vivid. Find a corner, lay your hands in my hair, finally we're here, so why? Say you got a flight, need an early night, no, don't go yet. When you're imagining this night with your crush, it's just like very vivid, like, I'm gonna wear this dress, and then, you just like have this fantasy of how, that dress is gonna end up on the floor, and, that whole thing. Oh yeah, don't go yet, don't go yet, oh yeah, don't go yet, don't go yet, oh yeah, don't go yet, don't go yet. What you leaving for when my night is yours? Just a little more, don't go yet. This happened to me and my current boyfriend so much, where it wasn't even necessarily that he had a flight, but it was like, he had a performance the next day, or, he needed to rest or whatever. He'd just be like, yeah, I gotta go, like, I kinda wanna go. Here's the thing though, the tea is that this song was written, actually could be from both perspectives. I actually am remembering now that I actually wrote it from Sean's perspective, because 3 years later, it was the other way around, and I was the one that was like, yeah, I gotta go home. I don't want to stay. And he was the one that I remember one night specifically. He was like, no, please, like, come to this party with me. And I was like, yeah, no. Like, it was so fun seeing you, buddy. Like, I totally friend zoned him. So we both had this exact experience of each other. And I actually think when we wrote Don't Go Yet, I was more so writing from his perspective of the night that I was like, you know, I was in another relationship and I was like, just thought of him as a friend. And I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go to sleep. And now we've stopped doing that to each other. Now we go to sleep at the same time. Now we leave the party together. Baby, don't go yet, cause I wore this dress for a little drama. And I bet that you think that you know, but you don't, baby, come to mama. It doesn't even have to be a dress, like any outfit that I feel really good in, that makes me feel sexy and swaggy and pretty, whatever that may be. That's the one that I would have worn for a little drama. Now I'm, you know, in a long-term committed relationship, so I'm actually wearing the dress for no drama. I want peace, stability, and a secure relationship. Shout out to my therapist. So I'm no longer wearing the dress for drama. But if I were single, then yes, I would be wearing dresses for some drama, because you gotta have that too. This lyric, it took us a while to find something that sounded sonically good, and you know, we weren't trying too hard with the lyric, and it felt good to say because it's kind of rappy. But when we landed upon it, I was like, yes, I love this, because it's just like really captures that feeling. Like I just, you know, it's kind of like when you're gonna see your crush for a party that night, you're like, what should I wear? And you're like so excited for them to see you in that outfit. Sometimes I wear a dress like just for myself, but this dress, I wore it, you know, for some tea tomorrow with my girls. I get what I want when I want, and I get it how I wanna. And I want you, baby, gotta get you, baby. The key to getting what you want is not wanting it anymore. I'm joking, but kinda not, because that was the case in this song. Like I didn't want it anymore. And then, you know, the other person usually is like, huh? There's a lot of cultural emphasis on relationships, and I think that it's really about great relationships that are not necessarily romantic, but that fulfill you, people that you laugh with. And I'm not neglecting kind of like the, you know, the sexual and romantic relationships, because that's really fun too, and that's, you know, part of being alive. But I definitely think it's really important to know that you don't really need that. And that's how I think you end up getting in healthier relationships, when you feel like, you know what, as long as we make each other happy, then great. La 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 la. When I was younger, I feel like I fully had relationships in my mind. Like I was just always in love with people from far away. If there was a night that I was gonna see this person, it would just be like for like weeks, I'd be like, oh my God, like this is the night. And like have acid reflux and nerves and everything. It was unhealthy, and I have talked about that in therapy, in my past self. And now I'm like, you know, in the nitty gritty of relationships, where it's like, you know, it's real, and it's like, it's messy, and you're flawed, and it's complex. When you're in love with people from far away, it's harder to get in that messy stuff. You're in love with the idea of it more than the person. Now I'm in love with the person. Oh no, don't leave yet. No te vayas, quédate. Oh no, don't leave yet. No te vayas, quédate. Stay a little longer. I know you really wanna stay a little longer. Well, that bridge group vocal, the oh no, don't leave yet. No te vayas, quédate, was all Mike Sabbath. Like I remember he came into my house the first day, and he already had something like this that he laid down into the mic, and I was like, what is that? That is so dope. Where it didn't have the lyrics yet, but he had recorded it, just him with his vocals. And then by the time we came to New York and we got Pedrito and his band, them and Mike filled in the words with, oh no, don't leave yet, no te vayas, quédate, which means don't go, stay in Spanish, no te vayas, quédate. And so Mike showed me that, and I was like, wow, that's so sick. Because the music that he makes chordally, like his choices are so Latin, and he's Jewish, and he's like, a lot of the music that I grew up listening to, like it's chordally really similar to Latin music. And then I go, ahora voy yo, which means now it's my turn, because they have their moment to do their gang vocal part, and then I'm like, here I come with my extra over-the-top ad-libs. My family has been tied in this album in so many ways. In the video, my grandpa was kind of the voice on the radio that you see in the beginning of the video. My dad, my sister, my cousin were all in the music video. I have a song where my dad is singing on it. I have a song where my cousin is singing on it. And I've finished writing and recording the album, but I'm still thinking about ways to involve my family and also like friends into the album more, because yeah, that's what it's about. I can't wait for, me to be able to sing the song that I did with my dad on stage in Mexico City. And, basically it's about me not wanting to be alone on stage.